Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass Dark Zone agents, Uncle Butcher in the building with perhaps one of the best Backfire exotic SMG setups ever created. In this one we have freaking 335% crit damage, and most insane part about this setup that we have as well 100% hazard protection. So basically you will be immune to every goddamn status effect in the game, but it depends on your preference. You can switch some things here and there and sacrifice some hazard protection for extra DPS, or use bleed resistance mods to be basically immune against bleed effects. So it really depends on your preference how you want to set up this build, but I mean it slaps, and it slaps hard. Nothing and nobody will have any chance against you, and I will hold my beer, brother, hold my freaking beer. It gets even better than that. My setup is not optimized. What I mean by that, my proficiency on Backfire is low, 2%, so you can gain additional 20+% weapon damage. So welcome to the insanity. You're gonna barbecue chicken elite like there is no tomorrow. Absolutely mayhem. So you can gain 20+ weapon damage on your Backfire by upgrading it or being proficient with it. So I don't have materials to do that, but in theory you can gain whole shit ton of extra DPS. And I have one armor core attribute. I didn't found Yal's piece with the hazard protection and crit damage, so I could reroll armor for weapon damage. So you can gain for this setup 35% weapon damage easily. 35, that's 2 offensive core attributes you can add to this build to deal even more DPS. But I mean, when I will do that, trust me, this build will be unstoppable. But before we continue, quick word from the sponsor Diving.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates, but you still want all the best items in your game, then Diving.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your orders super quick. Everything happens through REGEN sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself, but now with my promo code RBLIVE you will have a 15% discount on absolutely all service. Amazing deal, especially when right now they have some crazy sales going on, so definitely check these guys out. But now let's get back to this Backfire build. And I did multiple combinations with Backfire talent and all the hazard protection options we have in the game to gain maximum damage out of the build. And I have to be honest with you all, I think I did pretty bloody good job with this one. If you love Backfire exotic SMG, which by the way looks pretty badass, then this build is the way to go. I will try to make one setup with Bloodsucker talent or Memento backpack and Intimidate with Backfire, but I will see how that will go, because hazard protection is kind of pain in the ass to gain in this build. Thanks to God we have Cavalier gear set, which together with Ninja backpack will provide us with additional 30% hazard protection, and that's kind of game changer for Backfire exotic SMG setups, because that frees our hands for quite a bit. Now we can use more crit damage, more crit chance attributes. We can play around with other gear pieces. Maybe you will not use Yal's piece, maybe you want to use Walken and Harris to gain even more damage. So definitely Cavalier gear set is absolutely amazing together with Backfire, just like gunner specialization. Why? Because on kill we will gain armor back and increased rate of fire, which will help us to stack Backfire exotic SMG talent. So I have really good crit chance, and with SMG class in general you don't have to worry about crit chance at all. I have 135 crit damage, and with full stacks I will gain additional 200. So it means my build will have 335% crit damage. Add to the mix orbit these exclusive pistol, which will give you additional 40% crit damage, and yeah, this build will slap pretty damn hard. But like I said, my build can be pushed even more. As you see, my Backfire is not optimized. And to be real effective with Backfire, make sure that you have reached 93-94% hazard protection to be immune from bleed effect. I'm using one bleed resistance mod, but I can basically use one Sokolov's piece with crit chance and hazard protection and use crit damage mod, and I will be immune to completely all status effects in the game. So immunity to status effect is not a problem. In this one you need only use 1 year with hazard protection attribute and then replace my bleed resistance mod on mask for crit damage mod. For the second weapon I'm using named Shotgun Tsunami, really good, hits extremely hard, and on kill you will gain 40% weapon damage, and of course you will get bullets back in your magazine. For the pistol orbit, like I mentioned previously, for the mask I am using Walken and Harris, which will give me 5% weapon damage and 5% damage to armor, but you can replace it with one piece from Hunter's Fury gear set. Paired up with Ninja Bike backpack, that will give us 15% extra SMG and shotgun damage. So really nice option, but then you will lose the crit chance or crit damage. It depends which road you want to take. So like I said, you have two ways how to set this setup. Yeah, you could gain 15% weapon damage for your shotgun and SMG, but maybe you will lack a little bit crit chance. Since I have 50 plus, maybe it's okay, and stick with Hunter's Fury and crit damage attribute. But again, you have two options how to roll this or set up this build. For the chest piece, I'm using Sokolov's chest piece with Obliterate talent, and as you see on my mask and on my chest piece I don't have hazard protection attribute, and that's the reason why I said at the intro that you can be 100% immune to any status effect. Simply use one attribute and use crit damage mod on your mask, and that's it. That's all she wrote, baby. Just look at this. Oh, that's painful, brother. For the holster though, I am using again Yal's holster, which is not perfect because I would rather use Yal's holster with weapon damage. So I'm missing on this build freaking 35% weapon damage. It's absolutely insane. So in perfect world, I mean, it's even scary to imagine how destructive this build will be once I will get all the necessary pieces and I will optimize my Backfire exotic SMG. And Yal's piece with Ninja Bike backpack will give us hazard protection and 5% weapon damage. Then I'm using Cavalier gloves, which is must have, and I'm using Cheshka knee pads, which are also a must have. Bye.